But first, ladies and gentlemen, he is not here on site, but he is in New York City. I think he's in New York City. Unscripted with the crack man, Bill Krackomberger. No intro? No intro. Okay. Bill Krackomberger, everybody. Oh, look at this. Look at this guy.
We're good.
Where are you? What parking lot are you in?
You know, I could be anywhere. I mean, it really is true. I have to get a brown shirt. I'm going to Teddy Atlas's charity event tonight in Staten Island, and I need a brown T-shirt. So I just ran out, and I said, you know what? I have my days all planned out. I'm sorry. But I could be anywhere for you guys. This is like I wouldn't do this with a gutter in the background. I mean, who else would do something like this? At all.
I appreciate
at all
that.
time, I could be anywhere. Yeah, I am in. Actually, I'm in Toms River, New Jersey, Gill, and I'm heading to Staten Island. I just came down to see an aunt that I haven't seen in a couple of years. I wanted to spend some time with her, but this is like a triple play of food. Also, there's always food in the mix. So, stuff I can't get back east. Like here, you could get. There's a place pretty close by called Brooklyn Square, which is a square slice of pizza, which is one of the best pizzas I've ever had. So I go there, and then as I'm driving up to New York, because when you go to one of these charities events, you get like I'm not going to say like a cheap wedding food, but you get like a certain thing of food that it's like going to an event. Everyone gets the same thing, and I'm over here only a couple of days. I want to make sure I get the right kind of food. So
New York City,
I'm
Toms River.
Making a stop at a yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, New York City, Toms River, New Jersey, same thing. Was this so? You said it's for a Teddy Atlas event. Is this also get out of Dodge during the F1 race strategy as well?
Yes. It actually was. It was timed out perfectly. I flew in yesterday, and it was timed out perfectly where I could get out of town for a couple of days. But I seen some video last night from in town. Wow. That looked really cool. The video was from the corner of Harmon and Colville. I used to own a condo over there, actually, but a really cool corner where I guess the F1 was with the fireworks. And it looked really nice. It looks like they were doing a really good job. I haven't, and not only me, a lot of people haven't had too many good things to say about this F1 race and the way they planned this out and who greased whose pockets and stuff. But it looked like a nice thing.
I would never say such things. Yeah.
I'm still trying to find someone that was actually interested in going to it, though, or watching it, or it'll start tomorrow. I don't even know. Is it Friday night at midnight?
Tonight,
Saturday night? What night?
Tonight is practice, which starts at, I think, one of these nights is midnight, but I think tonight might be 10 p.m. Tomorrow night is the qualifying, which I believe starts at midnight, and then Saturday is the actual race, which begins at 10 p.m.
Okay, so are you going to partake at all, Mr. Alexander, in anything?
Yeah,
or not really.
No, I am, because I said yesterday I gave in. I figured this was my calculus in my head. I figured the ease of use, if you will, the ease of watching it from my roof, just outweighed my moral principled boycott just enough where I gave in and I said I'm gonna watch it from my roof. A standing room only ticket. Yep, I'll be there.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you will see some of that. That listen, we've been tough on the race. Everyone has. All media source, everyone I know. I guess we should embrace it a little bit. It's here. Well, at least I should say you guys should embrace it a little bit. It's in town, and
you're not going to bet.
So
you're not going to bet on it, Bill. You don't have any bets on this? Nothing. No.
No, nothing on the F1 race. No, but I'm sure there are odds around town. They're putting them up. I'm sure someone's copying someone else's odds because, I mean, there's no in-house bookmaker for F1. You know what? Now that I speak about that, people don't realize this. I get this all the time from people. There's no in-house bookmaker at 99% of the books. So people think it's like, oh, this book makes their lines for the games. This book makes their lines for the games. This book. No. One or two sports books make the line, and the rest of the country, even the new legal books that came to the country, the ones that are in Vegas, they all copy the line off somebody else. Now, there is a couple of times, maybe even like Circle will put up a certain line for something. South Point was putting up some college basketball lines originally. So there are sports books that do put up the line, but there's no in-house bookmaker that's putting up a line for anything. As soon as like the DraftKings of the world came to the country, that all changed. By the way, I don't even know how they do it. I don't know how DraftKings, they put up a line on a lot of things first. I don't know whether they get the line. I don't even know how much they take on the line, but they are first to market on a lot of things. So at the counter, if we had a DraftKings in Las Vegas, like I can go to like Foxwoods, and they have a counter there. They would take probably a dime on their openers from me. They're pretty good with me at the counter.
So, Bill,
anyway,
Bill, give us
people don't realize that. People think Las Vegas is the sports betting capital of the world. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, because mainstream media so flippantly says Vegas says, right, and it gives the impression that things start from here.
Right.
Give us a sense of, because you've come to us on this show from up and down the eastern seaboard, really from Augusta all the way to New York City, where you were parked illegally, and everywhere in between. South Carolina leaps to mind as well. What is it now? So on this trip, where will you be betting, and why will you be betting in the certain spots that you will be betting?
Yeah, this is a good question, because even when I go down to Florida and I stay at Howie Schwab's down there in Hollandale.
That's right. You've been in Florida with us.
I don't go there this time of the year. Because I can't bet anywhere. So now I'm hearing there's betting there. I am a little bit interested. Maybe I'll talk to my Florida friends here on Twitter. I'd like to know what's going on down there. I really haven't looked into it too much, but I would love to be at. By the way, it's freezing here. Even though it's 60, it's just cold 60. I like being, and this is the things I do for you. Anyway, I like being in Florida a lot during like March Madness. Like not the first two rounds, I like to stay in Vegas. The first two weekends even, and I'll go when it's down to the Sweet 16. I like going down to Florida, but there's nowhere to bet down there. So I like to know what's going on down there. This particular weekend, I'm going to be here, but you know what? I'm actually taking an early morning flight out, 8 in the morning. So I'll be in Vegas at 10 a.m. on Saturday. I have to be back in my home studio, to do the Fox show on Sunday. But this particular weekend, I'm not really doing too much in the early morning of Saturday. And yeah, I have a couple apps here. I like to go to the Meadowlands and terrorize FanDuel if I could. Atlantic City has fell apart for me a little bit. The sports books there are just nothing like it was. Nothing like it was last year, or even 2-3 years ago. It was unbelievable. Speaking of which, I used to have these VIP hosts. Didn't really talk about them too much. Thought they were going away. Now I hear they're back. So not that they were ever away, but they're more aggressive now. Now, what I mean by that is DraftKings has them. All the big companies that came to the country have them. They'll have a VIP host for their VIPs. Now, what I mean by that is that's someone that's betting a lot of money, losing a lot of money, tens of thousands of dollars. It's really a big advantage to get one of these VIP hosts, and I'll tell you why. They offer bonus bets, maybe some kind of rebates, not volume discounts, but they offer some volume incentives. And, if you roll over your account so many times, maybe you deposit, it don't have to be 50,000. But when I had it in Atlantic City, I had 3 different companies that were giving me sick deals. They'll never be like that again. I mean, literally deposit 50,000, get 25,000. It was just insane.
Good
real,
God. Wow.
Real money though too.
Wow.
Not bonus bets either. When you get a free bet, people think sometimes if you get a free bet, oh wow, this is great, and it is great. But a free bet is usually worth less than half of the face value. That's not the way it is though with a lot of the VIP programs. So I just heard last night someone deposited $10,000 at a sports book, and they got almost $2,000, $1,750 in incentives, a free bet, but also 1,500 real cash, betting dollars. And even DK has DK betting dollars. DK dollars is called. They're real dollars. They're real. Once you bet it, roll it over, it transfers into real money. So that's good for the VIP programs. It's really good to get on one of those programs. And listen, let's be blunt. You don't get on one of those programs for being a winner, for being a sharp guy. So it's tougher for me to get on one of those programs. But if you're a player and you listen to the little nuggets and tidbits that we give out on this show, I give out on other shows, or there's guys much sharper than me that have podcasts and stuff on there. You could just you could be one of these VIP players. And last night it really proved to me. A buddy of mine in Atlantic City got an offer for $10,000. It was 2 nights ago. $10,000. I was like, wow, what a sick offer that is. That's great for really a sports book that has tons of different incentives like DraftKings. So, and tons of different ways to bet games. Listen, out in Vegas, we don't have as many ways to bet games as the sites over here.
No, we do not. Always interesting, actionable information, betting tips. Take advantage of all those promos. Look around for all that stuff. And yes, we not available here necessarily in Nevada, but on the East Coast, boy, oh boy, they continue to be not quite as great as it was a few years back, but still available nonetheless. One more segment with the Crack Man, Bill Krackomberger, who comes to us, I guess, with his camera on top of his car. I don't know. We'll figure that out as well.
Yes.
That's next.
Yes.
Numbers game. Gill Alexander, Kelley Bydlon, live from Bar Canada at the D. Bill Krackomberger joins us from Toms River, New Jersey. We do have a couple tweets here. Ryan Hyatt. Relating to a Crack segment here, things you can't see outside the camera view of Crack. Guy on payphone talking to Fast Eddie. Laundromat. food truck selling. What is that? Pierogies. Was it? Pierogies. Pardon me. I can't spell. Sorry.
Okay.
Pierogies. A U.S. Senator from Oklahoma and a Teamsters boss, 2 feral cats. Love the Crag Man. Wayne Geller, FYI, Hard Rock Sports Betting phone app is live now for people that had it 2 years ago in Florida. In-person betting starts at South Florida Seminole Casinos on December 7th, to answer your question, Bill. So thank you to Wayne on that.
Wait. So you can't go in person to bet right now?
Now you're asking me too many questions.
Yeah, I think it's
yeah.
I got bad info then. I got really bad info. Wow. Okay.
You can be on that one site, right? No,
it's just hard. It's just Hard Rock. I didn't know. I don't know about the in-person.
That I knew.
Yeah, I don't know about the in-person stuff, but the app is up and running statewide.
Yeah. App, Bill. App.
Wow.
I think that's the answer. You said you wanted to talk about some sports betting stuff. What was up on your mind?
Oh yeah, no. Listen. My 2 buddies watch this show, too. They're going to be a little embarrassed. I'm not mentioning their names, but I got really pissed off at them. So I gave out a prop last night on the Sacramento Kings game, Fox over points and assists. So it was over 32.5, which was widely available at 2 different sports books, the big 2 sports books in Jersey. At the time, they went to 33.5 and even a 34 last night. My buddy went to like Caesars or something. I got so mad, but I didn't say anything because you have to respect the line. You have to respect the number. You have to have multiple outs. I know people, a lot of people do this socially and they only have fun and they only have one place to bet and maybe a limited bankroll. I don't care. If you're betting sports and you have a bankroll, you should be dividing it up amongst sports books to have more places to bet. My own friends one guy's 20 years casino veteran. I can't believe he knows about gambling, but doesn't shop lines. And I'm thinking that's the most part of America, and it's the most part of people in general. I'm not saying it's VSiN people, because VSiN people are usually a little more astute that watch the show. But it bothered me so much that these guys, I got a win and they got losses, and it just bothered me. And I was like, that must happen all the time where people just don't respect the line. And I'll tell you this. Listen, you can go over 33 in that spot because you're not going to get the loss. You're going to get the push. But you can't go over 33.5 and 34. And it just bothered me. And I know that happens in all different sports for people, but you have to have the proper bankroll and you have to have it divided amongst apps. I know it's not easy because your apps go up and down, but now there's many ways to finance. It's real simple to just push a button on all these different new jurisdictions to push a bank wire to your account.
Well, Bill, let me step in because
I just wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, what you're saying resonates very, very much because I think the cousin to that, we always talk, what's our line? Everything in sports betting is a reflection of the human condition. So let's just take college basketball in-game lines. So Wishnev's been killing it, college basketball, and he's sending out some of the bets that he's making, just to give you a real-life example of this. And for whatever reason, last night, what he was sending out, I couldn't get the line that he was giving out on any of it, right? On multiple outs even. Last night was just a strange night. It was the first night where this had happened. So the human instinct that we all fight in those moments, and this is like, everyone deals with this on a nightly basis who's betting seriously. The human instinct is there's a FOMO bit to that, right? There's a fear of missing out where you're like, oh, I didn't get in on it. Maybe should I take it at this number anyway? And the answer is always no, right? You should be disciplined enough. You're right. A half point, which would make it a push, is one thing. But if you can't get the number at which it is being recommended or at which you should be betting something, you've got to be willing to let it go. And that, I think, is more than just the betting, the mechanics of the bet itself. That instinct and overcoming that instinct is the most important thing in all of this. Kelley deals with this on a daily basis too, as well, with some of these. You have to let certain bets go, and it's okay if other people win and you don't. You just have to live with that.
That's right. Perfect. That's the big part. It's okay. It's okay to pass on bets. There's going to be plenty of more opportunities. Plenty. I'll give away a little secret of the business here. I talked about this a couple times on your show, though. Live betting, oh my God, there's such great opportunities just to look at the sharper sportsbooks line that has the sharper algos against the slower moving sportsbooks. So if you have a slower moving sportsbook, maybe like a Stations in town, and they do live wagering, I'll just tell you, you don't have to know anything. You don't have to know the team color, the team mascot,
yes,
a player on the team. You don't have to know anything. All you have to do is put side by side the sharp moving live wagerings apps or sites versus a slower moving place like a Stations or a Boyd, which both have thrown me out. But anyway, I wasn't really, it is what it is. But however, that's one thing I wanted to talk about. The next thing I want to talk about, parity. The parity, I've been saying it since week 2 or 3 in the NFL. The parity of the NFL. Ever since San Fran was 5-0 and lost the next 3 games, people had them going to the Super Bowl. It continues. Last week in the NFL, as we've seen again, people thought Jacksonville was going to give San Fran a big game. They were coming off some nice wins across the pond, and they're playing so good. They're going to be the next big hot thing. They get blown away. So San Fran might be back. Who knows? However, the weeks before that, Cincinnati and Baltimore were the darlings of the NFL. I mean, I had guys calling me up from all around the country. Oh my God, Baltimore to win the Super Bowl. What's the odds? They're playing so good. They're going to win. Listen, it's affected Monday morning or Sunday night when the games are over. They don't realize it's going to be baked in the line already. It's going to be factored in that the public, Joe Public at home, is going to be looking to bet Baltimore after coming off some big victories over Detroit and whoever else they beat. Of course, that's factored in already. Guys, don't be so square. Don't be so – our eyes play tricks on us. I say it all the time. You watch something on a weekend, and the game's over, and you think, oh, my God, I got to do that next week. It's week to week. So I wanted to just tell you, again, as we said there, Baltimore and Jacksonville. I'm sorry, Baltimore. Well, I'm not Jacksonville. Baltimore and Cincy both losing last week. I don't know who the darling of the NFL is. I don't know. Is it the Eagles? They've had some games they should have lost. They should have lost week 1 versus New England. They should have lost to Washington. They not only that. Hold on. Kansas City lost to Denver. So, any given Sunday, anything could happen. I can't tell you who's going to be in the Super Bowl, but I wouldn't be willing to take any low odds on any future books for odds to win the Super Bowl. I don't like taking them type of bets anyway, because I like to actually bet to a pool where it's a lot less juice being held. So the parity continues in the NFL. I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. People just think it's so easy, and oh my God, they're going to win. Go ahead, Gill.
No, you're 100% right, and I think the answer to your question is who's the darling. You'll get as many answers to as many people as you ask at this moment. Do you have anything, not to put you on the spot, but do you have anything on tonight's game? Did you bet anything in this game tonight, Ravens-Bengals?
You know what? I actually did. I actually like the see, I'm not in front of a screen now, so it's not fair to make people bet over 23 in the first half when I got over 22 and a half. I think it's going to reverse the trend a little bit of all these unders in a row. Gill, how many unders do we have? 11 or something? How many in primetime games? Like, was it like 11 or 12 or something? It's like a ridiculous amount of unders.
I don't know how those last two primetime games got under. Yeah, I mean, I have no idea. Like, Sunday night and Monday night should never have been under, and somehow they got under. So, yeah.
And it doesn't mean anything, by the way.
That's what I mean.
It's just a little bit of a trend that's happening. Actually, the line makers will actually put in a line that will try to buck that trend because some people just bet under because they've been all going under. If anything, it should return to the mean. But I think we may see some points here and maybe some first half points. And a lot of teams have been playing the scoreboard in the fourth quarter this year more than ever. It seems like they're slowing down, running the ball, and literally running the clock out where games have been staying under at a ridiculous pace. The bookmaker has adjusted these lines every single week to try to get some more over money, and sooner or later it will reverse and return to the mean. So there we go.
Bill, appreciate it as always. Willing to come on the show in a parking lot in Toms River, New Jersey. We appreciate it. Camera on top of the rental car. Thank you, Bill. Unscripted with the Crackman, Bill Krackomberger.
I love the Circuit City that used to be.
Circuit City, where the streets are paved with bargains.
Next to the Blockbuster.
That's right.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.